Bendy and the Ink Machine. Rubber-hosed cartoon characters come to life in a very frightening way via a giant ink machine back to hunt their creator. Once human, consumed by ink, corrupted by malice and madness, an amalgamation some can't even explain, or a literal demon made of ink that kills anything that moves, is what makes this game the perfect candidate for a DLC for Dark Deception Monsters Immortals. Yo, what's up guys, it's IHSGames here. Today in this video we'll be concepting a Monsters Immortals DLC for this creepy cartoon horror game. I want to remake this video due to a previous one I made not only being outdated, but with me at the time having little to no knowledge of Monsters Immortals, I might make some characters way too busted and broken for my own liking. Starting off with the monsters for this DLC, we have the spooky, evil, diabolical ink demon making his first roundup. The star of this DLC, the ink demon is an inky, tall, disformed version of the classic cartoon character in Bendy and Ink Machine, Bendy. With his outer world appearance, this ink demon is not to be mistaken for a friendly thing, especially with a friendly but twisted smile it sports on the daily. More daily than my workout routine, which I should get back. Well, actually I am back on, It's alright guys, you don't have to remind me. I was about to say to remind me, but it's okay. The ink demon class is balanced. The ink demon runs at a considerable speed in the actual game. It also has some strength in his arsenal when it merely rocked the hell out of the projectionist. He did not deserve to smoke that day. So Balance is a pretty well-rounded class for someone as devilish as himself. The Ink Demon comes equipped with his new ultimate, Inky Abyss. The Ink Demon, being the all-powerful being he is, summons his dark ink vine, spreading a good radius from where he's standing at for around 10 seconds. Anyone who wants to take a nice stroll within those vines would take 5 damage periodically. This gives the Ink Demon a nice upper hand in any fight, whether one-on-ones or even one-on-fours. This demon is not something worth approaching. Why would you even do that to begin with? Next monster on this list is the Projectionist. Once a human who goes by the name Norman Polk, who was once a projectionist at Joju Studios, mysteriously turned into a big, strong, but deformed monster of who he once was. His head replaced by the thing his job solely relied on, a giant, loud, and extremely bright projector. His life, once normal, now changed as he's forced to roam the ever-growing darkness of Joju Studios. But don't mistake this monstrosity for any other monster you see roaming these inky halls. The projectionist packs quite a punch, which makes him perfect for the power class. No one has enough power to go toe-to-toe with the ink demon besides himself, which makes him the perfect candidate for this class. Sadly, he lost the fight that day because he didn't have enough power. The Projectionist storms in with his new ultimate ability, Fearful Projection. The Projectionist seeks out his enemies and, with a haunting screech, projects a giant beam of light from his projector head. Anyone caught within his light will be blinded for 5 seconds. This makes the Projectionist the first character to disorientate his enemies with a blind. Don't underestimate him. Whatever the Ink Demon did to him, he would do the same to you. Moving on to the mortals. The Angel of Joju Studios, wielding a makeshift blade, who is afraid to get her hands dirty, we have Allison Angel as the first mortal on this list. Allison is a sweet, caring, and totally not evil angel unlike her evil counterpart who will kick your ass any time of the day. Allison gets placed on the Bounce class due to her strong-willed nature and powerful swings of her sword. Allison slices open the world of Monsters Immortals with her new ultimate ability, Angel's Fury. Angel Furies allow Allison to swing her deadly blade in a very fast slashing motion for 10 seconds, dealing 20 damage per every hit. Similar to the Murder Monkey's Slice Dice ultimate, but without the speed. This ultimate allows Allison to conquer her enemies with her sheer fury alone, forcing many to either attempt to strike her down or back off. She's not the one to be reckoned with. Praying to the Ink Demon himself for his approval, Sammy Lawrence makes a surprising appearance as a mortal on this roster. Sammy Lawrence is actually one of the antagonists of Bendy and Ink Machine, trying to sacrifice Henry to, you guessed it, the Ink Demon, which wasn't all that successful. But I chose him as a mortal because 1, he's way too iconic to leave out, and 2, he was playable in the spin-off Force and Dark Survival. Enemies aren't usually playable, so why not add that here as well? Sammy is quiet, mysterious, but also very influential as he has an army of searchers and lost ones to fight Allison, Henry, and Tom in Bendy and Ink Machine Chapter 5. But without his army, he can still kill you with his axe alone. This makes him perfect for the Bounce class. moves. He's decently fast and tough as nails. Sammy Lawrence praised his way with his new ultimate ability, Set Us Free. Personally, my favorite ability out of everyone in this roster. Sammy Lawrence summons 2 searchers to aid him in battle, attacking anyone who they see in front of him. These hostile ink blobs deal 15 damage per hit. Those caught within his deadly ultimate will have to retreat to safety, as 301 isn't all too easy to handle. Or you can stay and fight, but Sammy will make sure to turn you into his sacrifice for the Ink Demon. In most Monsters and Mortals DLCs, the maps are set in a particular location within a game's many locations, so we chose none other than Bendyland. Not only is this place iconic to Bendy, but it's also iconic in the Bendy world as well, filled with many deadly rooms, characters, and even fun carnival games. Of course, with its format not being very fitting for Monsters and Mortals, it would need to be modified, but I think Bendyland will create a very unique map format with big open areas mixing in with claustrophobic halls. Plus, I kinda chose Bendyland because I thought it'd be quite cool to have Bendy in the name of the map. And speaking of which, the name of this map is Bendyland Betrayal. Betrayal is quite a weird name to choose for a level, but once you realize who the boss is, if you're a Bendy fan, it will make a lot more sense. On to the traps of the level. I thought, why not choose the horrid, the nasty, and the crippled Butcher Gang? They're small, annoying, but do pack quite a punch in numbers. These nasties will pop up in a group of 3 and patrol the bigger rooms in the map. These members can be knocked down and permanently silenced with 2 heavy attacks, but be careful because, well, there's 3 of them you gotta take down. And again, these horde cripples do pack quite a punch. And finally, on to the boss of this map. We have the character with one of the most dreadful character reveals and shocking betrayals, Brute Boris. Coming in and smashing down anyone that is in his path. Brute Boris is slow, sluggish, and after a while does experience fatigue, but his drawbacks only makes his comebacks a lot more stronger. His punches will make you question, is it even worth living, cause they will rock you out of your senses if you get too close. He could slam his giant fist down on the ground, causing a shockwave that deals lots of damage. If you're far enough, don't worry. Like a dog chasing a stick, he will dash towards you and ram you with intense speed and strength. There would be 2 of these giant dogs roaming the map. Better run, because they're turning anyone they see into an Instagram hashtag on sight. That's it for this Monsters and Mortals DLC concept video. Thank you for watching. Now, even with the Bendy devs being all silent about everything really, I think sometime in the future, we will eventually get a Bendy DLC. Glowstick already contacted the Meatly multiple times in the past, so this DLC is in the ballpark. It's all about if the Meatly wants to batter up the ball and make this DLC a reality. It would definitely benefit Monsters and Mortals heavily, so please, the Meatly, make this a reality. Other than that, if you guys like this video and want to see more of my content, you guys pretty much already know what to do. If you guys want to see more of me, go check out my socials. Links in the description. This is IHSGames and I am out.